all the retailers there and all the food outlets accepted it. So you went along and exchanged all your pounds or whatever for sols and then spent them within the site. Obviously, you couldn't go off-site and then go and spend them somewhere else because nobody else would accept them. So that's absolutely fantastic. That's the first time I've heard about that. So maybe we ought to have a Glastonbury something or other.
Okay, just one more comment on this subject because then we're going to move on, yeah?
Oh, it's just another example of, there's a community in Italy called Damanhur, which went in the 70s into an extremely depressed area in Italy. And so a community were able to buy land, and I mean, they built this underground temple that's been declared one of the wonders of the world. But one of the things, they have actually created an unbelievable amount of abundance within that community that was previously a very, very poor area. And they have their own currency tool called creditos. So they're a model of people that have done it and done it successfully. So, you know, yes, it can be done, and obviously reconfiguring how we think about money is going to be an important aspect for this new stage in society and reality that we're going into.
I also know in Glastonbury that there's work being done to try and create the Glastonbury pound, and I don't know how far it's gone. It's only like about a month ago that I think that John Cousins started doing it, and I haven't heard anything further, but it would be great. I mean, I'll accept as a window cleaner.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Gabe was saying that it all started in Totnes, was it? The Totnes what? Acorn. Totnes acorn grows into a mighty oak tree, right? And it seems like that's actually what's happening. So here we are. Gosh, you know, I wish we could go on for another 12 hours or so, you know. We can do it again, yes. Next time all the wires will fit, I hope. So I hope you've all enjoyed the kitchen table, and maybe just for the next 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, it's been beautiful. It really has, and you know, it's taken everyone that's here. You know, from making the tea to everything that's happened here is just like rivets, you know, on a stage. And each person has contributed to make all of this happen. And I've had a wonderful experience. And hopefully those out there in the big wide Twitter land and Facebook land and have enjoyed it also. And what I'd like to do is maybe, because we want to do this again, yes, definitely. This is just really an experiment, a pilot. Yeah, it's all erupted in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and it all came out of, I'll tell you how this all began. Positive TV began about 3 years ago from a conversation at a kitchen table about two concerned parents, Dana and Jeremy, about how the world is moving for their children. And you know, it's what drives me on, too, is my children, not wanting to see my children die in some stupid war somewhere just because a couple of old men can't figure their shit out with each other, you know. And they had this conversation. They decided that the media is just full of negativity, focusing on what's wrong all the time, when there's a zillion really wonderful, beautiful things happening in the world, and maybe just a few things that are wrong. But by focusing on whatever we put our energy on is what develops. And the more we focus on what is wrong, the more those things grow. You know, so out of that, I'm assuming this is the vision, out of that came the idea of positive TV. And then positive TV went on for about 3 years, going through different experiments and how they're playing their game. And they felt the need was to go back to the original intent, the original vision, the kitchen table, and had another conversation around the kitchen table from which this concept came. And get rid of the clock. The timekeeper. Oh, Father Time. So
time flies.
That was my mother. She can't do that. I promised Tabitha I'd bring it home. So that's the vision that's driven this event that we've shared today. And I feel like this event can be the beginning of something really amazing, you know, way beyond Big Brother, way beyond Question Time, you know, but with all of those things that make Big Brother and Question Time juicy. But this is juicy times juicy times juicy. And more. So what I'd like, maybe for the next 10 minutes, just 30 seconds each person, just give some feedback of what you got from this and what you felt like was missing, and if was present would make it more complete.
Can we just thank all the guys in the galley though? Woo! Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Stuart and Liz and the Assembly Room staff for allowing us to use this space, you know, and trusting that we could actually achieve something here. Yeah. So anyway, we thank you all, everybody. You know who you are, and we're really grateful. And so I would like to just have that little kind of, what do they call it? There's a word for it. Summing up, that'll do it. 30 seconds each. Just tell me like what you got from this, and also what you would like to see that would make it more than it has been. Maybe we can just go around in a circle, right? Like maybe start with you. How about that?
I think it's been really fantastic. I'm really excited to see this project. I think the kitchen table is such a powerful archetype, and it represents communities coming back together, talking about what really matters at the heart of the family. The kitchen table, they say, is the heart of the home. So at the heart of the family, the heart of the community, and I'd like to see it spread and grow. I can see it in a stadium in Manchester with thousands of people all coming up and all giving their thoughts, and everyone now taking sort of the opportunity to participate in the world and really feeling that we matter in this world, each one of us as individuals, and what we feel counts. And so I think this is a really positive step towards that. So I want to just congratulate everybody. It's really wonderful.
Yes, likewise. And for me, it's been about having the space for different viewpoints to sit down together, to communicate together with respect, listen to each other. And that happens very rarely in our society. It's not something that's encouraged. So thank you, Brian, for inspiring it as well, hosting it today. Ways to improve it? I don't know if I have any right now. I may think of some.
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea personally. I really like the fact that there's lots of people together talking about ideas, and although there's people leading it, it seems very much an equal thing, and I think that's beautiful. I think this should just be advertised more, and just get more people involved, so that whole communities can be bridged around one kitchen table, and there'll be no need for a government eventually, because people govern themselves. It's about, yeah.
I'm really, really happy about what's going on here. Brian told me about this about a month ago, and I was definitely keen on it, and I wanted to come and be part of it, but I wasn't expecting it to be this good. It's really, really good, and I'm a bit surprised, to be honest, because people are very clear and very, open-minded, and I just feel around this kitchen table, it's just I don't know. It's such a good vision. It's such a clever way of doing it, and it's moving forward. It doesn't seem stale. It seems to be moving forward all the time, and I think people do feel heard when they're talking. They do seem to, feel that they can express themselves, and I love it that we're all different, and we have different views.
I've really enjoyed it. I'm not from Glastonbury, but I really appreciate letting me join your circle here. I love the fluid nature of it, and that we shift and change each question, and people come in and out. And even though we've all got different views, everyone's been very respectful for each other's opinions. And I'd love to see whether, depends what Brian's vision for this is if you do it again, maybe we can have them in other countries around the world simultaneously, because it's only by group working together on a bigger level we can make a change. So that would be really cool. I'd be quite happy to do one in London with similar like-minded individuals. Doesn't have to be filmed, but if it does, that's fine as well. So thank you.
I feel very empowered by the whole thing, and I think that's kind of seems to be what people feel, because we can express how we feel about life, the issues which we're facing at the moment. I think it's fantastic it's being filmed, that people can witness this kind of thing. Perhaps they'll be inspired to join in or start their own as well. I just think it's an excellent way of bringing the ancient into the modern and carrying that forward into the new. I mean, it feels very tribal, and it feels very sacred, yet it feels so down to earth. And that's all I can really say. I'm really pleased.
Well, I'm absolutely delighted to be here, because it did start, it was from our kitchen table, which has been something in our heart for a long time. And I'm a real believer in media alchemy. That's what I'm really driven by, creating alchemy, positive alchemy with media. So it's fantastic that our first kitchen table debate should be the heart of sacred Glastonbury, because that's where the sort of alchemy is. So thank you very much.
Sorry, but I can't help being controversial. You'd have to say this is really the ultimate protest. But as far as what I've got from it is concerned, I'm sorry, I'm nicking the idea. I'm taking it back to Essex. I'm going to set one up there. Yeah. I think we should all do that in our own towns if we're not from this area.
Well, I love Brian's idea that changing the conversation, that actually by talking about it, we're almost talking it into reality. There is nothing wrong. We're reclaiming our humanity, and it was great to hear everybody share. Basically what I assume most people are tapping into the internet and they're finding these ideas on the internet, and we're all talking with each other, and we're all realizing that, you know, we've, like someone said, we've been hoodwinked. Yeah. And that there other things are possible. We can create a different future, and we're just reclaiming our conversation that's gone a bit funny. So thank you, Brian.
Hi, thanks very much, Brian. It's great. Somebody mentioned John Cousins earlier on, and John Cousins was sitting at my kitchen table last week, and we had a great conversation, and I didn't realize until he went that he'd been there for more than 6 hours. And I'm not really sure what happened, but it was good. And I think, you know, when people do sit around in this sort of normal, natural way, as we have been for thousands of years, then, you know, things are likely to happen.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Native American, like, talking stick circles they used to have, only we got the microphones.
You've just said what I was going to say.
And,
too many sticks, though.
well, we can kind of, you know, it's working, yeah, it's working with 3 talking sticks or 4, but, and it's really great. I mean, maybe we can do it in our homes, you know, just like once a month, and get the cameras in and be big brother, what are we, little sister, I don't know. Yeah. No, it's no male or female, we'll have to think of a new word, I think.
Humanity.
A new humanity.
Okay, yeah, like I say, you took the words straight out of my mouth. It makes me think of when I used to be a member of the Natural Nurturing Network, and we used to have these camps, and we always had a talking stick. And I still have 1 or 2 talking sticks that I've made that have been very well used. But yeah, to me, it's just been another part of this massive awakening. We're all waking up. The world is waking up. People are waking up. And we're all looking at each other with eyes that are like new. And I'm so excited. I am so excited. I can stand up and sing and dance. So yeah, it's just fantastic. And we have to do this all over again, all over the country. And I'm not from Glastonbury. I'm sort of half from Glastonbury and half from up north. So I'm hoping that I can get something like this together where I live, because everybody needs it and everybody is waking up.
Well said. Well said.
Beautiful, beautiful. You want to say something, Michael?
Sorry. Well, what can I say there? Thank you so much, Brian, for inviting me and In Touch Radio to come down and help you with this. And everyone around the table has been so incredible. I mean, I've heard things today I would love to have thought of myself. You just summed it up there. I was thinking those thoughts as you were thinking the thoughts there. But as a collective, we're all one, you know. No matter how much you try to divide us, we all go back to the single soul. You give it a religion, you give it whatever you like. We're just one. Once we come together and understand that there is nothing we cannot do. And that, I think, is the future, is together as one. Doesn't matter how much money you've got or much you don't have, how old you are, like me, or young. The thing is, we've got an opportunity together, and now we have to make that break. Or else, your children's children, what future have they got if we can't do something for them now? Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you very much, everybody, you know. So I'm going to pass this over to Natalie now, who's going to say goodbye to our vast internet audience. Yeah, to remember that this has been watched all day by hundreds of people, and they've been engaging. If you go to our Twitter site tonight and take a look at what people have been saying, it's been really, really interesting. And next time we'll get the streams together in a way that we can engage more with the streams. When is that happening? Maasai tribe in where? In Africa, yeah. Yeah. When is that happening? Okay. Do they have kitchens there? Well, I guess they must, yeah. Oh, that's terrible. I should never have said that. So listen, when I pass this back to Natalie, I think it would be really nice if we did a great big group hug. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, lots of noise. And while Natalie wraps this up for the internet audience. Oh, you can join. Big hug circle. Sorry, darling.
We're pretty much there, really, at the end of the great kitchen table debate, which has been coming live to you. It's about 1:30 today from the Glastonbury Assembly Rooms. And so many of you have been involved through the tweets, through Facebook, through our website. So it's been an incredibly interactive debate, and it's worked, which has been wonderful. So what I'd really like to say is I'm sorry that we haven't been able to feed in the past sort of half hour of tweets here, but there's been some fantastic comments coming through, so we really appreciate everything that you've been saying and the feeling of connection that we've had going on. It's really been a two-way conversation. So there's a few thanks that we'd like to do first of all. So I'd like to give everyone at the Assembly Rooms a big thanks for the space, and to all the guys that have been doing the sound here today have been fantastic. To In Touch Radio, they've been a great support here. To Gung Ho Media, that's Paul, James and Keith and everybody involved with that. And our wonderful team of volunteers. We had people up all night last night making soup, and all morning this morning, and people doing teas and coffee and welcoming. We've had a great team of support people here. To Kamayal Rose for her artwork. I don't suppose we've got a camera that we could actually... But we've got this beautiful piece of art happening along the back wall here, which has just been great. And the kids have been drawing all afternoon. It's been really beautiful. And of course to Jeremy and Dana of Positive TV, who initiated this brilliant idea, which I'm sure is going to go really far and just spread from what we've been hearing around the kitchen table. So many people are inspired to go home and do this themselves. And of course to Brian Vision Dance, who really initiated this happening here in Glastonbury. Everybody told him he was mad and that it was a crazy idea, and it was, but the wonderful thing about him is that he went for it and he did it. And of course to our participants, to everybody here that was speaking around the table, and of course to you, our viewers, everybody at home who's been interacting with us on Easter Sunday. We're glad you came, so thanks for joining us. And do tune in to the website to see sort of the follow-ups and what action you can take from today. If you've been inspired to take some steps from here, then you'll be able to see that on the website, which is www.thekitchentable.tv. So thanks very much for joining us. It's been a brilliant day, and let's keep the conversation going. I think we're done.